Sup, my snail suckers? It's Moon of Glasses, and today I got this dog shit tier list that I want you to watch. That's pretty much it. Please like and subscribe if you find any of this at all worth your time. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the War Thunder birthday whatever pack tier list thingy. I hope that this helps inform your purchasing if you were to be buying any of these vehicles, which there's definitely some that you should probably consider, and there's a lot that you probably should not touch with a 65-foot pole. For the love of God, there are some awful garbage vehicles that Gaijins tried to sell us. Have they successfully sold a couple? I'm sure, but those people should be made fun of and bullied relentlessly. Now, let's just start the tier list. The Su-22 M4. Wow, we're starting off awful. Don't buy this thing. It's a strike aircraft that sits at like 11.0. It gets countermeasure, sure. It gets R60M, sure. But it is not worth it. You are going to get ruined by pretty much everybody. The only reason you'd ever get this thing is for ground pound or base bombing, which both playstyles I find incredibly boring. That vehicle can hit the J key for 3 seconds. T-55 AM-1. This is a good tank. This thing's a good tank. The battle rating where it sits at, it's basically a heavy tank, but not. It's an early MBT with composite armor. It has the weird, like, little flappy composite screens that the T-62 M1 has, which are very, very trolly and can eat a surprisingly powerful dart at the right angle. This thing is a little monster. Very trolly armor. Very good mobility. It's a powerful gun. It's a T-55. This thing kind of goes ham. Is it S tier? No, because it's only rank 6. But if you were to get a vehicle to grind SL, this guy is kind of cooking. The AV-8S Matador. This thing is getting removed when the sale's done, and for good reason. Don't buy it. 4 AIM-9Ps on an AV-8 airframe at rank 6. Unfortunately, Gaijin in their infinite wisdom got rid of the only actually good rank 6 premium that Japan had, and also Japan's only rank 6 premium, because I refuse to recognize this little Thai piece of shit as anything other than a blatant cash grab. The T2 early is infinitely better. If you own the T2 early, you know what's infinitely better. If you don't own the T2 early, I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know, bully Gaijin on Twitter to add the T2 CCV. Now that would have been a much better 9.7 premium jet for Japan, but unfortunately Gaijin has a thumb up their ass and they won't ever have anything cool or fun. But at least we got the T2 CCV as a user skin. Wow. Anyways, AV-8S, don't buy. The other Japanese premium jet? Also, don't buy it. This thing isn't as bad as the AV-8S, and you could probably make it work, but unfortunately, the F4EJ is probably the worst Phantom tier for tier in the entire game outside of the F4C, which the F4C doesn't have countermeasures, so it's really not a fair comparison. Of all the 11.0 Phantoms, this one is the worst. Anyways, F4EJ, don't buy it. The radar is very finicky. Imagine a very needy girlfriend. That's what it's like to operate the radar on this thing. If it works, if everything's going well and the relationship is very healthy, it's going to treat you pretty well. But unfortunately, just because the radar decides to perform on that day does not mean that your missiles will. The AIM-7E is not a very fun missile to use. In the most ideal circumstances, it'll get the job done. But that's assuming you're in BVR at optimal range. There's no clouds, because clouds can interrupt the radar, apparently. It's just a rough jet to use, and not a jet I would ever recommend spending money on. If you're really into it, then I guess in a couple days you're going to have to put a talisman on the normal F4 EJ. But, I don't know. If you really want to fly a Japanese Phantom, fly the EJ Kai, which is just kind of goated. Anyways, next. Helicopter. I don't care about helicopters. If you care about helicopters, you probably play tanks, and that's great. If you like the helicopter, it's a helicopter. It got missiles. It has a rotor blade. It go whop 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 whop. Enough said. I don't play helicopters. Don't know if you can gather that if you're dense enough. Anyways, Harrier T10. Wow, just everything here so far is pretty garbage. This is another Harrier. Not as bad as the AV-8S. It's still pretty bad though. Aim 9Ls as your only offensive armament, really. You have cannons, but are you really dogfighting in an AV-8? Unless you're doing the cool little Vift stuff, it's just not a good time. This is another premium pack that's getting removed, so if you really do care, buy it. But if you don't care, it stays in top tier because this thing is fucking garbage. Object 120. A part of me really wants to put this in B tier. Just because the 152 M69 nice is such a funny cannon to be in War Thunder. It's the longest tank cannon in game. I think it's the longest tank cannon ever mounted. Just ever. Like longest, not largest. Largest is the FV 4005 Stage 2. But the longest. This thing is silly as hell. Back when this came out, it fought a lot of Tiger 2s. And it still does fight a lot of Tiger 2s. And it completely clowns on them. APFSDS coming out of this thing will pretty much one-shot anything you look at. The only problem is that you also get one shot. This thing is a glass cannon. It is fairly slow. It is kind of clunky to use, but big gun, big silly. And can you really put a price on that? According to Gaijin, you can, and it's $25 right now, so pay up. But B tier, it's a funny little vehicle. It's probably the only funny thing here. Well, speaking of jokes, we have the Centauro RGO. Of the Italian premium vehicles, this one isn't the worst. And unfortunately, there is, like, the bar between this and the other Italian vehicle that we're going to be talking about is rather extreme. The Centauro RGO, light-wielded little modern tank destroyer light tank thing. I'm sure it's great. It throws darts. It's fast. I'm pretty sure it has a thermal sight. I'm not going to fact check myself on that. It's cool. Would I recommend it? Not really. It's in the Italian tech tree. Why would you ever buy anything in the Italian tech tree unless you're looking to play Hungary? So if you're going to use it to grind the Hungarian tech tree, sure. But at that point, why are you playing Italy? It's just not worth it. So yeah, it's not the worst. Speaking of not the worst, and in fact probably the best vehicle here, is the MiG-23ML R24R. Crazy missile. It's on the J band. Most RWRs of this tier cannot pick it up. You are firing little invisible insta-kill buttons. If you do not see the launch of this missile, odds are the missile is going to find you and you are going to die. It's a very, very potent airframe. Well, not for dogfighting, but it's a good carrier of the missile. The missile carries this thing so hard, it is actually kind of crazy. Once you expend your R24s, you do have R60Ms, and they're fine. They're good enough. They'll slap anything that doesn't flare, but they're also little sensitive little fuckers. So they'll probably, someone lights a cigarette in the field, they're going to chase down that poor farmer. It's fine. It's a good missile, and this is a great jet, and the R24s just carry it so hard. S tier. It's just as simple. The IGN Yamashiro. It gets to join the Apache in the fact that it is a boat. It's one of the packs that are getting removed, so if you care about collecting, buy it. If you don't care about collecting, it's a boat. On the topic of boats, it will make you a lot of Silver Lions. It has like an 1800% SL modifier in realistic battles. It's kind of crazy. They really want you to play naval. If you play naval, sure. If you don't play naval, who's blaming you? It's a boat. Anyways, the AMX A1. This little Brazilian guy, I mean, it gets some of the most maneuverable infrared missiles in the entire game. The Piranhas are kind of crazy, but the problem with the Piranha is that it is a non-IRCCM missile in an IRCCM world, and you're on an attacker, and you get 2 of them. 2. That's not a lot of bang. As well as, it's just because it gets to those Piranhas, it sits at a higher battle rating than the standard AMX in the Italian tech tree, so it's really not worth it. You're buying a downgrade, essentially, because the matchmaker is so much less favorable to the AMX A1, the Brazilian one anyways. Not that I'd recommend playing the other one, but, you know, it's technically an improvement, technically not. It's a strike aircraft. If you want a bomb stuff, cool, here it is. If you don't want a bomb stuff, then avoid it like the plague. It's as simple as. T-22 terms. This vehicle has been power crept the hell and back, but still is competitive. I'm pretty sure it sits around like 10.0, 10.3. I don't know. It gets 3BM42 on a T-72 hull. It's a fine vehicle. It's as bog standard Soviet as you get. You have 0 reverse gear. Everything at its tier kind of pens it, but just as they pen you, you pen them right back, because armor means nothing now. But hey, it's there. It's fine. There's not really much to go, whoa, it's the most broken thing ever. It's fine. Samoa SM. This thing is not fine. This thing is good. Most French oscillating vehicles tend to be very good. They just are, unfortunately, a lot of them are at a higher battle ratings than most people are comfortable with, just because the people who play them are kind of cracked out of their mind. The true Snail suckers just turned out to be the French after all. I mean, we probably should have expected that, but hey. Samoa SM, it is a very good vehicle. If you want a Lorraine 40T, but with this crazy thing known as armor, the Samoa SM might give you that. Keyword might, huge asterisk there. It's technically a heavy tank, but the only thing heavy about this is its waistline. It's a good vehicle. It auto loads, 100 mil, cool, fantastic. Now, when I was talking about the Centauro not being the worst vehicle for the Italian premium vehicles, yeah, here is the worst vehicle for the Italian premium vehicles, and it is not even close. The Ariete is just not worth it in any sense of the word. You would be better off driving an R3 T20 with the little recoilless rifle on it with a premium talisman than driving the Ariete. This vehicle struggles to stop heat rounds, and it is a top tier MBT. A top tier MBT struggles against heat. This thing is garbage. Holy moly. If you buy it, you should be made fun of. Put on the dunce cap. If you want a dunce cap, here it is, and it just so happens to have a bit of marinara sauce. T29. The T29 is one of the few older premiums in this game that has aged quite well. I'm going to say it's a solid A tier. I've driven this thing quite a lot. I love the T29. It is a very good heavy tank. It's resistant to most ammunition it fights. It's great at pub dunking on tigers. The reload can be a little long, but if you just, have this weird thing called patience, it's not that big a deal. The cannon's great. The armor is serviceable. The mobility is serviceable. It's a solid grinder for SL. Not necessarily RP because it's only a rank 4. If it wasn't rank 4, it'd probably be better for that. But I just love this vehicle. If you want to have fun, this is a very fun tank. Speaking of wanting to have fun, you won't find that with the Mirage FC200 unless you really like getting carried by your missiles. The Mirage FC200 has the exact opposite problem with the MiG-23ML. Well, it's not really a problem, but you know what I mean. Instead of having two absolutely goated semi-active radar homing missiles, it has Magic 2s. The Magic 2, IRCCM, they are very, very strong missiles, and there's a reason why this jet is at such a low battle rating for carrying such potent equipment. It's because the jet itself isn't very good. You are going to get clowned on in every dogfight you take in this piece of shit. The missile that you have for your medium range combat, the Super Matra or whatever, that little horse cock looking thing isn't very good. Your radar isn't very good. The only thing that's good about it are your Magic 2s, and if you run into somebody who knows how to defeat its form of IRCCM, you are out of luck, sir. And that's just how it's going to be. Now, against the uninitiated, Magic 2s will basically act as a free kill if or against people who don't know what they're doing, especially in rear aspect. But, you know, if you dump out a bunch of flares and do this crazy thing called turn a little bit, generally speaking, you can probably avoid them. It's not that hard. You just gotta pay attention. But hey, you know, it's at the B tier solely because of the missiles. Tornado IDS. Tornado IDS. It goes in top tier. This thing's trash. The only thing it's good for is bombing bases. And bombing bases. If you want to bomb bases, play this. If you don't want to bomb bases and want to have fun, play anything else. Even if you want to bomb bases, you could probably find a better use for another jet. I don't like this thing. You shouldn't like this thing. It's a tornado. Some tornadoes are cool. This tornado is not one of those tornadoes. The only tornadoes that are cool are found in the British tech tree, and this just so happens to be in the German tech tree. And so it's not the fighter variant. It is purely strike. So you only get 2 missiles, and the rest is all ground ordnance, and I don't really care about that. It's garbage. It's a tornado. CV90-105. This thing, I would put it A if I was more familiar with it. So I'm going to put it B just out of respect for the Swedish player base and for what I've seen some of these things to do. It has no armor. It has a pretty good gun. It is very fast. I'm pretty sure it's a thermal sight. It's a fine grinder. There's really nothing that I could really criticize the vehicle for other than its lack of armor. Its lineups are good. It's just a generally good vehicle. It's B. It's fine. Cool. Moving on. The M1A1 Heavy Common Clickbait. It's an Abrams. It has a good turret, has a good round, has good mobility, has a good thermal sight. It is just good all around. The only thing that knocks it down to B tier rather than A tier is that it is American at this specific tier. You will encounter so many other M1A1 heavy commons, either the Senrai Maidens one with the anime girl, or you're going to encounter the M1A1 AIM. The people who drive these vehicles aren't the best players. That kind of goes for a lot of these tiers, but America especially, because there's just a lot more American players than there seems to be other NATO standard countries for the War Thunder nations. They aren't as bad as some of the more historically enthusiast inclined of you, that being our Tiger player base, but they're up there for being bad. America's win rate's in the shitter. And this vehicle is one of the reasons for it. Is the vehicle itself to blame? Absolutely not. The vehicle's great, but you're probably going to get stomped, and it probably isn't going to be your fault, and you're going to get mad about that. And if you can deal with the baggage of playing with those people, here it is. It's there. Moving on. Leopard 2A4 Canadian. I'm either putting this B or C. I'm going to put it C tier just because if you just put a talisman on the Leopard 2PL, you're going to have a much better time. The Leopard 2A4M it's just another Leopard 2A4. It doesn't do anything special. It's just worse than the Leopard 2A5 in every single way. Good. I mean, its round is good. I have it. It's a good round. It has good sights, good optics, good mobility. The armor, it just isn't there. So if you take return fire from say a clickbait, or I don't know, a Type 90 or some of the Russian MBTs. You just aren't resistant to any of those rounds, even in some of your more armored parts where you would expect to be able to take hits, i.e. your turret cheeks. You just don't have that ability to absorb that type of return fire, and it just kind of lets this vehicle down very, very heavily. So it goes down to C tier, just because it's not idiot proof. Type 74 Red Star. This thing is mid as hell, but it's the good type of mid where you really want to put the A tier, but you just can't justify doing it for the reason of it doesn't have that oomph. It's not idiot proof. It's basically a Japanese leopard. It's a Japanese leopard, but it's a cosplay version of the standard Type 74. It has this cool like skin on it. It doesn't actually help it survive any, but it's cute, has little stars on it. I don't really know the history of the Red Star. It's either a movie prop or they were using it for training against like you know, those aggressor jets, right? Either way, Type 74 Red Star, cool vehicle, mid, doesn't really do anything crazy. It does have hydro pneumatic suspension and it is very pretty. I don't know, there's not really much to say. F-16A nets. I'm sure this thing is good. Actually, I'm positive it's good. The problem is that it's in the Israeli tech tree. There's really not much to do in the Israeli tech tree. If you want to fly American jets, go fly America or any of the other nations that operate American jets. Israel just isn't the one to do it. It gets more countermeasures than the standard F-16, which is useful. That is a good feature of it. It is an F-16, which does make it good, but unfortunately for these sort of 4th generation fighters, you kind of like you'll stomp people in a down tier and you'll get stomped in an up tier, and most of the times you're going to get up tiered to AMRAAM slingers, and it's just not a good time. It's not an idiot proof jet. You don't really have any standoff munitions like AIM-9L. It just isn't it. It's fine. It doesn't go into top tier because it's a usable platform, but it's definitively C tier until Israel has something worth playing. The FA-18C, I want to put it C tier, but I know I probably shouldn't. I'm going to put it B tier. The FA-18 is a fine jet. I think it's underpowered. I think it's not the best jet. I don't really like F-18s. Crucify me. This one is no exception to that rule. There's too many F-18s, and War Thunder, I don't know why they decide to just add as many FA-18s as we have T-80Us, but is what it is. FA-18 early, it is just fine. It gets AIM-7Ps, good missile. It's the same problem with the nets, where it's going to stomp people in a down tier, and it's going to get stomped in an up tier. I would just rather be in pretty much any other 4th gen than this thing, just because I'm biased against the FA-18. If you can't really bomb with it either. It's just not fast enough. It has a lot of missiles, so if you like the missile bus playstyle, it can do that. It can do that very well. Its radar is fairly competent. It's just an FA-18. If you want to grind out the American tech tree, I would say there are better choices for that, and we're going to encounter one of those choices fairly soon, but it's fine. King Tiger. Boy, unlike the T-29, you have not aged as well. I love Tiger 2s. I drive a lot of Tiger 2s. My most played vehicle is a Tiger 2. I don't think... Okay, so the Tiger 2 is still a very good vehicle. You know what? It's just... The problem is that this thing is just so fucking slow. And it's slow, it's clunky, the cannon's fantastic, the armor, you can 100% make it work. It's just... At this tier, at that weird 7-0 tier, there's just better options. There's just so many better options. There's just so many like light vehicles that just run rings around you, that throw heat rounds from distances where you just can't really compete with them. And there is just heavier tank destroyers that like, ooh, King Tiger, num 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 num. Tiger 2s are very easy to defeat. If you don't know, You just wait till it looks at you and you throw a shell right into its turret. If you have like that nice breakpoint of 200 millimeters of penetration, you are going to laugh at this thing. And it's going to cry, and then the German people on the Reddit and stuff are going to go wah 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 wah, cope 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 cope. The Tiger 2 isn't bad. The people who play it are bad though. If you like Tiger 2s, this one is probably not the best Tiger 2, but up there. It's probably the second best Tiger 2. The best Tiger 2 in my opinion is the Tiger 2 105, but you can't get that vehicle anymore. So sucks to suck. But King Tiger Pack, the SLA 16, it's B tier. It's good. If you're familiar with the platform, if you like playing those slow heavy tanks, this guy will work. Just be advised, someone throwing heat rounds at you will just kind of make you laugh. Object 120, as I mentioned before, loves to eat you. It goes yum 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 yum. Nothing you can do. Is what it is. Just try and shoot first. Good luck. F5C is a very good jet. The missiles aren't very good. AIM 9E kind of is tragic, but it is first and foremost a gunfighter. This thing has great flight performance, downright amazing flight performance. You can dogfight and shit on pretty much everything at its battle rating. It can punch above its weight, it can punch below its weight. There's nothing this jet cannot do other than BVR, and that's fine. You just fly low. And if you really want to, you can bomb with it. But if you bomb with it, don't. F5C, you can't go wrong with it. It's been an S tier premium for a very long time. The only reason why it's moved down is that it's only ranked 7 now. But it's a great jet. It's a great jet. SU-25K. I don't like attackers. This thing is fine, this thing is good, or whatever. I don't know. It's an SU-25. I'm gonna put it mid. It's woefully under-tiered. It has R60s. It has a metric shit ton of countermeasures. It has fairly good low-speed performance. It has all of the missiles that you could ever want or ever need. There's no reason to get this thing unless you're really into the air-to-ground sort of playstyle, which, I mean, more power to you. But get the MiG-23 instead if you want to do air-to-air stuff. If you want to bully the helpless, sure, you can fly your under-tiered SU-25 and just pub dunk people with R60s. Enjoy, I guess. IS-6. In a past life, I would put this A tier. But in this current life, it is going down into C tier. Now, why is that? You look at it on paper and you're like, wow, it has like armor and stuff, and its reload is around 8 seconds faster than it should be, well, compared to other 122mm cannons. What gives? Well, the fact is that you could just drive the IS-4. It's at the same tier. It does basically all the same things. The only thing the IS-6 has is a better reload. It is slightly faster. Well, not slightly. It's a good chunk faster, but at like 7.7, you're encountering T-54s, you're encountering Leopards, you're encountering all these vehicles that fire heat rounds or Sabo that just completely laugh at you. Yeah, your cannon's powerful, but your armor just doesn't mean dick in the face of a 400mm penning heat round from 5 kilometers. Obviously, you're not going to get shot from 5 kilometers. There's no maps in the game. That's where that really happens, but it's hyperbole. You get it. Helicopter. Helicopter. It's a helicopter. Moving on. The Type 90B Fuji. Holy moly. If you love glass cannon 4-second auto-loading NATO tanks that are throwing DM-33, oh my gosh, is this the vehicle for you. This thing is actually crazy. 4-second reload, 120mm cannon with DM-33 equivalent, the JM-33, thermal sight, hydrogen max suspension, so you can make that booty twerk. This vehicle has it all, except for like good lineups. But hey, you know, you could run like a bajillion Type 90s and Type 10s, and that's your lineup. But for air power, you might be a little bit lacking unless you want to dip into the tie tree, which I guess you could dip into the tie tree. I wouldn't do it because, like, I mean, there's really no good tie aircraft in this game. But hey, Type 90B Fuji in a vacuum, that's a nest tier vehicle. It works with other Type 90s. You got a lot more Type 90s. It's just a good good time. Just a good time. K9 Vidar. Fucking howitzer vehicle. Cool. I'm sure it's fine. It nukes things. It has a big old cannon. It's a howitzer vehicle. I quite frankly do not care. It's probably usable, but would I spend money on this or the Panzerhaubitze 2000? Absolutely not. Please don't. It's just big. It's like, imagine everything that's awesome about the Object 120, and then you try and do the same thing, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. The vibes are atrocious. MiG-23 bis Laser M. I want to put you A tier, but I'm not going to. Of the German premium jets that are here, it is by far the best, because that's the only one that's usable. The MiG-21 bis is a fantastic platform. You can get in close, dogfight people, knife fight, throw your little R60 MKs, make them cry. It's good. It's good. If people pay attention, your R60s aren't going to do anything, but hey, at least you have 6 of them, right? I know people who swear by the MiG-21 bis. I swear by a different type of MiG-21, which isn't this one. It's the SBSK, if you want to know. But for German MiG-21s, this one's fairly good. It's has nothing really wrong going with it. The only problem with it really is the fact that the thing that it's named after isn't in the game. The Laser M electronic warfare countermeasure pod just doesn't do what it's supposed to. Like, we don't have electronic warfare in the game, so the fact that we have the Laser M in the game kind of makes no sense, but considering that the Laser M isn't going to do what the Laser M is supposed to do. But that's just another topic. It's fine. It throws the funny missiles. It's a MiG-21. What am I supposed to tell you? It's not revolutionary. F-20A. I'm going to put this also in A tier. I like this thing far more than the FA-18. If you like Area 88, you already know what the F-20A is. You know what the Tiger Shark is. You know this thing is sick as hell. It gets AIM-9L. It gets Sparrows. It has a good enough radar. A good jet. It's the penultimate F5. I'm not going to say, oh, but the Super Tigris or whatever. Fuck the Super Tigris. Who cares about the F5Ts? Some people do, but I'm going to rage bait them and say that they're garbage. Fuck the Super Tigris. Fuck the TIE Subtree. And now to close out the Martyr Clovis, I'm going to put him in B tier, just because, well, I don't really have a lot of experience dealing with this thing. I don't really see them a lot. It's a light vehicle with an auto-loading 105mm little cancer cannon. I'm sure that some people out there are going to go sicko mode with it. I'm sure that it throwing little heat rounds or darts or whatever it fires. I'm not going to do research on it. I don't really care enough. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it does everything it needs to do in the tin. From my very cursory knowledge of this vehicle, it's going to be just like the CV90-105, and that's how I'm going to rank it. They seem fairly equivalent. And I guess that's the conclusion of this tier list. If you thought it was useful in any way, fantastic. If you didn't, womp womp. Like or subscribe if you feel like it. I don't really care otherwise. And who knows, maybe I might do some more of these in the future. Probably I will, because this was fun, I suppose. Bye-bye.